two most important things when starting a new e-commerce business is having a good product, but an even better customer service. Even if you manage both those two, a time will come when you get that dreaded 1-star review. In this video, we'll go over the steps we take to turn a 1-star disgruntled customer into a 5-star repeat one. Now, why take our advice? We've been selling online for a very long time, but this is an Etsy-centric video, so let's focus on the stats there. 26,000 sales on Etsy with over 4,000 reviews, and that review rating is 4.9 stars. And most of our bad reviews come from things out of our control, like delayed shipping due to unforeseen circumstances, like 2020, or things getting damaged in post by the dreaded postie treating your product like a football. But with every 1-star review, there's always something to learn. Learning and adapting is one of the key things to help grow a small business. So you got that dreaded 1-star doozy review. Here's one of our reviews. We were ramping up this product and we didn't expect it to take off like it did. We had our shipping set to 1 to 2 weeks and we had a backlog and didn't communicate with the customer. And we have lots of overseas customers and we're in Australia. And when people purchase, especially on Etsy, they don't normally think it's coming from another country. We normally have to get things out as quick as possible. In this case, it didn't happen. And we learned from it by extending our shipping times, being open and honest with customers when we've had to push out shipping timelines. And you see the common theme there is communication, just being open and honest with the customer. Most people are very reasonable. It's surprising, but they are. Now, when you're reading your review, you'll probably be pretty emotional that first one you get. I was. Get me up at night, but water off a duck's back now and we get a 1-star review. So first thing is don't respond straight away. Set your emotions aside. Take some time out, don't respond. I know it sucks, you've poured your heart and soul into a product and some keyboard warrior on the other side going, oh, this was delayed, blah, blah, blah. You know, everyone's used to buying on Amazon, expecting things to rock up next day and they don't realize that you probably handmade an item and then gone out of your way to make sure that it's a good customer experience and they haven't appreciated it. You always need to be pragmatic in your responses and put your emotions aside. Always kill your customer with kindness. This will go a long way from de-escalating any angry customer by just responding calmly and effectively. One thing I advise you not to do, unless it's a last resort, is reply publicly to a review on Etsy, which you can do. This is only if you've tried to open up communication, which we'll touch on later. Now you've calmed down, you've decompressed, you've cooled your jets. Now respond as quick as you can. And if it's the weekend, which it most likely will be because that's when most people reach out and you probably won't be able to work until Monday, just let them know that it'll be the top priority on Monday and that you let them know when you respond and that you're looking into it. People just want to be heard. Sick of dealing with faceless companies. Glad there's a human on the other side of the computer. Now, was there any truth to the feedback? With our 1-star review before, there was truth to it. We'd had more orders than expected and our delays were too long and the person was unhappy, which is very reasonable. We fixed that, extended the lead time so people are aware of how long it'll take to get their custom design product. Taking responsibility for mistakes is key. People are very reasonable. I know I've already said that, but people are reasonable. If they aren't, they're not the customers you want. Now, say you ship a product and there's a slight bit of damage to it, you can negotiate with the customer. You don't have to give them a full refund. You'd be like, would you like a 30% refund? Would you like a discount on your next order? And like, no, but you can negotiate. It doesn't have to be thing, but just having an open dialogue and making sure that they're happy and always checking in on them. You always hope that someone reaches out and contacts you before writing a 1-star review because you can normally iron out any kinks there, but some people just go straight, write the review, and then you have to reach out. So you get that 1-star review, reach out, see what's wrong, find a solution, and then say you've shipped them a new product, chase them up, ask, did you receive your product? Are you happy with it? Maybe chuck in something extra, something small, a little discount code for a future order, something just a little extra that shows them that you actually care about them. If they don't change their 1-star review, it's not the end of the world. We'll touch on that at the end. Another one is a customer gets something not as expected. There's 2 ways this can go. One, they actually haven't read through the FAQs or the description properly, and you probably need to highlight part of the description which mentions the thing they're talking about and show them in a kind way, and then they can take some responsibility for their purchase. But always be kind and courteous about it. The other one is it's something that you weren't alerted to. You need to add to your FAQs and your descriptions so that a future customer that maybe be buyer like them can read through and make an informed purchase. This stuff happens more when your products get bigger and you'll start to realize that things will appear that you never thought were problems that will arise when your customer base increases. So you send them a new product, they don't respond, they just leave the 1-star review, then you can write a public reply, but always make sure it's factual, courteous, and don't dox them. Don't write any personal details, keep everything generic, but highlight anything that you would have liked the public to know about that 1-star review that might help anyone else reading that this person's experience was an outlier. If for some reason they won't change that 1-star review, not the end of the world. It actually legitimizes your brand. A few 1-star reviews humanizes you, makes you see that you can make mistakes. No brand has all 5-star reviews. Also, Etsy want to make money. They don't post the 1-star reviews at the top. If you have lots of 5-star reviews on the product, people won't see that 1-star review unless they go searching for it. Etsy want to make money just like you, so don't worry. No matter what you do for some customers, they'll still leave you a 1-star review. You can't do much about those Karens and Carls out there. And they're not your ideal customer, so don't worry about them. Now, I'd love to hear your 1-star reviews. If you could just comment them down below. Don't dox anyone, just keep it generic, but I'd love to hear all the reviews that get a kick out of reading them, and I'll pin the best one to the top. Now, I hope this has helped a bit. If you've enjoyed what I do, make sure you follow us and subscribe. I know this content's a little bit different to what I normally do, but I love to share my business experience that I've learned over the years. But you might enjoy us distilling eucalyptus oil at my parents' farm, or getting rid of the Lego stickers and UV printing on the Lego parts to make a much better product. Anyway, see you in the next one.